Okay, how you doing, Lisa Cruz? I'm going to explain why I use those terms, and I've been falsely accused as being a racist towards people who are African American or Hispanic. Literally, is ancestrally both. Of course, I'm not Mexican, Puerto Rican, Dominican, all that, but Spanish Creole, Spanish roots does include anything related to Spain. So my ancestry down the family tree when I did my mama's ancestry, we do have Hispanic roots from Louisiana. My fourth grandfather, born here in Texas, um, was born estimate 1846. Last name was Real, but his parents from Louisiana, and Real is a Spanish last name. So people say how you got the last name because Louisiana was both French and Spanish, was a French and Spanish colony. Okay, so people forget their history. So I identify with it because this is my background. I don't care what people see me as. Okay, technically my roots are African American, French, Spanish, Creole, English, African American, and I'm my own person. I'm not a collector. I don't apologize for it. I thank God that I'm my own individual. I don't want to be part of the group. Um, I like to be my own person. So I get bullied for not being like everyone else. But then I look at this. I never done drugs, right? Thank God. But people who done drugs, if you do their research, they were pressured because their family did not give them or themselves did not give themselves certain work to be their own person. They always felt pressure to please other people, and I thank God was not like that. Okay, um, so I'm an individual person. I'm not a people pleaser. So, and I do check black, white, Native American, and Hispanic, or I check other to race some more. I don't go the one drop rule. I'm not for that. The one drop rule is if you have any black in your heritage, you're considered pure black. I'm not with that. With what the dictionary says. If you're multiracial, you have two races or more in your ancestry. So let's get to the subject. So if you know your history, you will know that here in Texas or even in Southwest during Jim Crow, a lot of the slaves were replaced by Mexican immigrants. This is why I laugh at white supremacists when they talk about illegal immigration because they don't want to cost it. They did bring immigrants from Mexico and outside other Latin countries as well, but mostly Mexico at the time. But now, there was other Latin people um, to work low-paying positions. And many African-American people who are not educated were forced to work those jobs. So that's why you see that there was no Cocoa Black and Brown coalition in the Jim Crow era because they saw each other as competitors. And where they learn their ignorance, excuse me for my language, where they learn their ignorance to use the word nigger, wetback, speak, and spook, and monkey, where they learn it? They learn it from white supremacists who were ignorant but had access to education due to white supremacy. Okay, and they taught their underpaid workers of color these mentalities. They taught them to be just ignorant as them. So when a job was replaced by either or, one would say that the black people or African American because we're not pure black was lazy. I'm, Hispanic. I at the time they say Mexican. And they try to line themselves with whiteness at the time. And even there was Afro mestizo, okay. Um, and try to kiss the white racist man's cuss, kiss they ass in order to get a job. Then you have African people who also say, well, those WB words are foreigners, they're not American. I'm American, I'm born here, and they should not have that position. And it was a cat and mouse ignorance. Mind you, these jobs were not highly paid, they were low paying. That's why you see many African people and Spanish people poor, even to this day, because the poor men are poor woman mindset, not a wealth mindset. They didn't have a mindset to be the owner of a business, be entrepreneur. They had a mindset of being the worker and staying poor and normalizing poverty. So when I see African people, Latino people acting ignorant, that's what comes to my mouth because that's the mindset of the slave owner, or shall I say, the white supremacists after slavery, was to keep people African divided and keep them in low paying positions and keep them fighting each other over some crumbs. You know how you have candy for the kids and the kids will fight over candy, especially when Halloween was last month. That's how people, African Spanish people at the time, not all, but ones who fit in this mindset, fought. And to this day, I see the same mindset. They're taking our jobs. That person is lazy. They this lazy of what? Taking jobs of what? Those are low paying, but you will be fighting for wealth. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to be poor. I like being wealthy. When I graduated high school, when I looked at empty reasons why sometimes I didn't like to do my schoolwork, I watched Jan Jackson, Madonna, Michael Jackson, Prince, Selena, anybody, Whitney Houston, because they was wealthy and they were in the entertainment industry with money. And while people that had regular jobs will come home stressed out, mad they part. I don't want to live like that. I want to live wealthy like them folks. They living, they smiling. Well, now the time we know some of them was on drugs. Okay, some celebrities on drugs to do because they was under contracts. We ain't not know about the Illuminati and all that other stuff, right? But I want to be wealthy. I mean, look at these stars. They happy. They jump up down and they have a lot of money. And we over here, working class, even you are middle class, you're stressed out. Your boss talking to you crazy when you knock him in the head for talking to you crazy. You don't have free time. You have to go. I want to be happy doing work and make a whole lot of money. You know what I'm saying? And have mansions and stuff. So I always had that mindset of being wealthy. And I never liked being poor in the working class. But I never understood why people of African descent, Hispanic people, fight over low paying positions. Claiming someone's lazy, claiming someone's taking a low paying job is stupid. Why would you want? Then the jobs that are owned are by many of them owned by white supremacists. Why you over here fighting for a low paying position and calling it the N word, W word? Becky is going to the beach with Brad, in her blonde hair and on a yacht, and you over here fighting over cotton and strawberry. Like, that's stupid. It is. You should be trying to be in the same place as Becky and Brad living good. You know what I'm saying? So, and I'm not with that black and brown division. Don't drag me into that. Please don't. Okay, since I have a drop of Spanish in me, I'm gonna tell you I am that apple. Speak will tell you I don't take that shit. So don't drag me there. If I'm gonna hate somebody, it's gonna be my own hatred, not you, because you have issues. Okay, so that's why I say those words because it's sad to see to this day, 2025, have not can't say all because I'm not God, no one's a heart. People of African and Hispanic still have this mindset, but you have just like you blame the Ku Klux Klan for being ignorant because their parents was ignorant. Sadly, a lot of African people, Hispanic people have those parents who are ignorant, who are racist, who are biased, because they taught them and they told their kids if they do challenge that, they were disobeying God, which is in the Bible in Matthew 10. He said, if you love your father, brother, sister more than me, you're not a disciple of him. Because that hatred is a sin, right? So why would you teach your kids to hate? Then the funny part, African people are not pure black and Hispanics. Who told someone they were pure Spain? They have African and indigenous blood too. So that's stupid, which I see why some Africans and people don't like to be called mixed and don't even like the term mixed. But both communities are mixed. No so-called pure black American. There's no black American that's pure. Okay, I'm sorry. I don't care how the white man's not God. It's funny you want to argue that white people mistreat you, but you treat white people like God. I don't understand that mess. And to Latinos, you do have African blood besides indigenous. Stop trying to say what degree of African or indigenous is stupid because let me explain something to you. When people made the caste system, it was to show how you close to whiteness. That's why those Spanish colonies fought against Spain. To African people, the one drop rule does not benefit from us. What do we benefit from the one drop rule? Not a damn thing. Not a damn thing. The one drop rule does not help us. Never have. And if it did somehow help you, still got to pick big crumbs of white supremacy. Okay? And then you want to know why that's colorism because we don't live in Africa, right? We don't see in the they debating to put Harry Tubman like they debated to put Sitting Bull on a paper on a dollar bill. We live on in a stolen land, but white supremacists on it, right? And you see pictures. Even the first part black and indigenous president, no, Barack Obama's not. Abraham Lincoln is on a penny, but the other presidents who white and the dollar bill, even Benjamin, Ben Franklin was not. Ben Franklin was not a president. Anyway, but they put white people on it, right? So you see white people everywhere, right? So the scale of white supremacy, if you say the one drop rule, the more close to whiteness, people will get treated better. That's kind of like it is. That's why extremely pure looking, but they're not pure black, dark skinned African people, even though they're mixed as white and native, until this day treated less than human within the community and outside. So the one drop rule does not benefit us. I don't know who lied to you and thought the one drop rule benefit you. But I'm black because I got this job. But you still gotta deal with white supremacy and you still not treated like you're free. So how the one drop rule is helping you? Okay? It don't make any sense. I think that a lot of African people, Hispanic people need to stop having a cotton picking, straw picking mindset. That's what keeps you where you at. And this is why you have on a job dumb people of color fighting over if it is skilled job or high paying job, it's owned by a white supremacist who wants to keep you at the lower caste. And in order to get his or her approval, you have to emulate their racism. It's stressful to sell your soul to the devil. And I didn't say away from the devil, I said the white supremacists, because that's demonic itself. So you see why I say cotton picking, straw picking? Because it's the same strategy that you're using. You're arguing about low paying positions. You're not arguing about owning. You're not arguing about having wealth. You're not arguing about how to attain or achieve wealth. You arguing about a job that you don't own. And if you do work hard at a white franchise, and trust me, I know because I am a hard worker when I did work those jobs, you're still treated like a damn slave. Them folks up there do not treat you like a human being. They only like you because you're open to their enslavement. And yes, slaves don't get paid, but paying someone lower pay, even if it's highly paid, for example, let's say you do work a higher paying job, but Becky and Brad get a better paycheck than you do. The same strategies right there, right? So why sell your soul to this? It's stupid, very stupid. You should be highly educated for that. And African people, Hispanic people, let me tell you, you need to stop. That's why I use the term because I see the narrative once again. And yes, accuracy we picked the sharecropping jobs, the cotton. And if they was not doing it, this is the reason why even doing the South after slavery ended, there is a documentary of African people who were uneducated in the South, still treated like slaves. They didn't know who Martin King was. They're still doing sharecropping jobs in the South, and white people that were racist on those lands, and they were not educated. I saw one documentary, excuse me, because I just woke up, of a brother, my complexion, cameo, who's older than his white man's grandfather, and he saw the white man as his friend. But the white man, who's about my age, was saying, "I don't care if his ass is." It's on YouTube. This is like 2000 when Barack Obama was still president. And this man, who's older than this man's grandpa, was there doing Jim Crow. Did not know about Martin King. Did not know about the civil rights movement. They was that uneducated. I kid you not. And I see so many African people even in the hood. Let me explain something. There are smart people in the hood. I'm not saying that everybody, but it's a lot of people who are not smart. And if you're smart, you get made fun of, right? You call white, you call bookworm, you make fun of for not being, calling yourself a nigga, okay, not looking slouchy, sagging pants, not being a hood red. How many times I see sisters who are smart, some fake ass sisters who hood rat bitches start picking on them and making fun of them. Same thing with the fake ass brothers. A brother that chooses to be the white man's nigga, he gotta deal with that. And and you don't have to be a light skin, you don't have to be brown tone that's not dark chocolate. Okay, like my complexion. You can be dark skinned and well dressed, and here comes some old crazy ass nigga picking on you for not being on his level. Keyword his level. What the white supremacists put him at. Remember, if you the slave that didn't want to be slaves, the slaves would make fun of you for not being on the level, the one who was very faithful to master. They would pick at you. That's why I don't believe in us accuracy people coming together, because mindset is a factor here. Your mindset is being free. That other fake brother and sister is being part of the problem, and they will help massa to keep you in that situation. Now you see why I said we're a cop picker. When it comes to Latinos who somehow think they are fully white, Lord have mercy. You want to make fun of Michael Jackson's Lago, but I laugh at that because the same thing you're accusing him, you doing. Um, you want to put white on your not treat like Becky Brad. You don't own no construction jobs. You don't own those high buildings. And if you are a white person was a white working person, they on the high level than you. You gotta clean and cook and clean. And if you are in high paying positions, the white people are paid better than you. You might think you're white because you don't look negro. But don't forget, it wasn't for sangre negra along with sangre indígena. You wouldn't be here. They mix in your sangre española, right? So that's why you still exist today, okay? Because I'm always going to let you know you're Afro mestizo, okay? I don't give a care if people don't look at you like I'm going by what's in your raíces, not based on people's perception on their ignorance, okay? So you can think you're better because you don't look negra, a negro, okay? Or in too much indígena, you know what I'm saying? But you're not fully Espanol or Española. And white people are still going to treat you like that. Even in Trump administration, you had to learn that. That's why I said ICE is after Latinos. If you look white, you would be having ICE after you. Why would you? Stupid. That's why I say cotton picking, straw picking. And I'm sorry. As a person that had to share the mindset of the free people of color, the freedmen, and the runaway slaves, who's not the house nigga and the field nigga. That's why I say that word. You see why I don't get along with many African people? Sadly, a lot of our African people choose to be the collective and think somehow you can make a person. Let me say something to my brothers and sisters. You cannot make a horse drink water. Why I say it like that? Because they treated our people, African, like cattle. Okay, that's why they were forced. We're now free. It's been 60 years of the civil rights bill that my 10th cousin to my white ancestry, talking about Johnson, yes, he's my 10th cousin, signed that bill, even though he was a Klansman and racist and was behind Kennedy's murder, okay? So, you in 60 years still preaching this narrative. Because once we got out of Jim Crow, we became free. And they don't want to date me. I saw some stupid brother on social media saying this stuff. Pick me like some of these sisters. And if he was mad at the conversation that folks, I like white people. Leave that brother and sister alone. If they don't like you, go on about your business. Why are you wasting your time, your energy, getting diabetes, getting heart strokes, and all that because some dumbass, I'm so used to the N-word, nigga don't want you. I don't understand that. Because if you did want you, if you female, if she did want you, if you're male, based on her mindset, keyword, the cotton picking mindset, and you don't have the mindset if you claim to, you do, because you're begging someone with cotton picking mindset to be your partner. They're gonna drag your ass. Worse than the white supremacist would, worse than racist Becky or racist Brad, because the mindset, keyword, when you're dating somebody, instead of looking at the look at the mindset. The mindset is more important. Okay? You see why when I hit homeless 2 times, I didn't hang in, well, and I'm not making fun of what happened to people in the bayous of Houston, but I knew those areas were dangerous. Let me explain why they were dangerous. It's not because of racist cops who white or those of color who emulate their behavior. It was homeless people who's on drugs. When they smoke and do them demons, they become a demon. That's why pharmakia is sorcery in the Bible. People say there's no drugs in the Bible. Yes, it is. It's called it's sorcery. When you get high or you get drunk, another spirit comes in you, a demonic spirit, and you become a person you wasn't being. That's why I turned to denied beating Tina because he was getting high, sniffing that coke and beating on Tina. Come on now. Then you have fake brothers and sisters who call themselves niggas, who think like the slave on the plantation, who love their master and love being in place and get mad when you are not in their place. And they will sit here and blame the white men. They do their little trick of blaming white men, but acting just like their white ancestors, even if they don't look like them. They can be dark as an African on the ship, but they have white DNA. Like I have white DNA. And they will act just like Massa with a tan by backstabbing you, killing you, murdering you, stealing from you, and claiming to be your brother and sister, which is very stupid. And they hang around in downtown Midtown. And that's why I separate myself from them and went to a mostly white but still mixed community that was wealthy class. Knowing that, I wanted to know how they got wealthy class. Don't just give me money. Teach me how to be wealthy just like you. Someone have to take care of it. It's a thing. If you teach a man how to fish, you don't have to worry about taking care of him. Key word. If you teach a man how to fish, you don't have to worry about taking care of him. Why do you think they want to deny us education, especially financial education? Because if we learn how to be wealthy, we won't have to work for these folks. We work for ourselves and make our own money, and we have a money making mindset. That's why they don't want us to have their mindset, because you can control people who are uneducated. That's why the Bible says people suffer a lack of knowledge. Okay? So when it comes to this, and the same thing, Hispanic folks who do the same thing, Hispanic people, individual, not all Hispanic people the same, who are lighter than me, who look racially big as indigenous, okay, because they're African still a mixture, in Houston, will laugh and say the N word, which they know is racist, in your face until they get a little money. Then the real stuff come out, right? Okay. And like Deborah was not homeless, but Deborah saw me as a threat because I was educated, not because I was on the African scene, because I caught out by her racism. Because I kid you not, African people who don't have a mindset will probably smile in Deborah's face and defend her bad behavior because they think lower themselves. They call themselves niggas. I don't call myself a nigga. And I was like, you call yourself Afro speak because I don't mind being rejected by people who don't accept me for who I am. I don't mind. See, you go by a false identity. See, call myself a pure black person, knowing that my ancestors That's why I'm here because of my mixed heritage. Okay, is a false identity opposed by white supremacists, and it's to please those who've been brainwashed by them. That's why I don't hang with other Africans because you brainwashed by the white supremacists. Why do I want to hang with your ass? You trying to drag me with you, and you defend my downfall. So they would defend it, and her manager did too, because he has a white supremacist mindset. Even though he's a little couple shades darker than me, he's not all chocolate, but he's not camera like me. Talking about Bert Smith, talking about the manager of Starbucks. He was not a brother, a free brother with five. Because a free, true brother with five there, but for doing it, right? But no, he was kicking her. They both had copy charming mindset, right? Okay. Mindset. This is why if I ever do try to work for somebody, I'm gonna have to keep to myself. I'm very talkative. But since I've been through a lot, near 50 years old, I don't trust anybody. That's what Tina Turner left the United States, went to Europe. Yeah, it wasn't because African people gave her hell. It was white folks who think just like the African people gave her hell. Who think like Ike Turner, gave her hell too. That's why she went to Europe because Europe have a different mindset. White people, my cousins, our relatives down in Europe, they are different. Trust me. I meet Europeans and they're very Europeans. There are racist Europeans out there, but you got Europeans who don't share the white spirit mindset here, and Europeans from Europe. I see why I tend to marry a European white man, not a white American, because it's my mindset. Not all white Americans are bad, but people are brainwashing this country. Trust me, we have a brainwashing, social engineering in this country. You can't trust everybody. Okay, but see, I tend to got her 40s and left, and I'm in my 40s just like her when she left. Which I think about leaving the United States and going over there. Yeah. So, but yeah, I think about leaving the United States. Like if Trump tried to deport African people, if they put me in Europe. Okay, well, good. Put me in the area that Teen Turner survive and blossom. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Miss Teen Turner, it's one of my role models. Okay, yes. I don't really wanna fight no more. Too much talking, baby. I love me some Tina. Okay. Um, but her mindset, which is white, African saying people who some of the white supremacists here in the United States would give her hell too. That's why she went to Europe and she changed her citizenship. She went straight to Europe and blossom. Okay, yeah, okay. I want to bash China because she got tired of this mess down here in the United States with 3Ks in it. Okay, American 3Ks, and she got tired of that bullshit. So we have for that sister, my older sister, that was so arguing mad about her how she don't live amongst you. Just do what she does and see how you do better. Okay, do better. So that's why I say cotton picking and straw picking because I'm looking at the mindset of the people. See, I'm just not looking at your out appearance. I'm looking at your behavior. That's the root of your mindset. And I call it just like when I was on the other platforms, and you had a Latino man who's not Mexican, who's Dominican and Puerto Rican stalking me, who be on Kim went to this channel. We all don't talk about. He didn't finish middle school, but he went to work working for white people, driving trucks and stuff. Yeah, and yes, and that's why I said go back and do. And my stalker from Arizona saying I'm being racist. No, I wasn't because the fools told me in the past, he older than me, that he did not finish sixth grade. He is a grandfather. He put his kid to school, but his mindset is back in sixth grade. Yes, I may be poor in Texas. Let me explain why people are so ignorant. When Texas was stolen from Mexico for slavery, okay, free African people, whether they were mixed or pure, were poor because they didn't want you unless you kiss up being cotton picking mindset to white supremacists, helping them obtain the structure. That's how you survive in Texas. Even today, I see African people that mindset. I see Hispanic people. That's why they had Tejanos. Let me explain some. The Tejano people, they were poor, did not own slaves. The ones who were wealthy, who helped Massa Sam Houston, did. And they thought aligning themselves with whiteness with wealth will get them close to it. Do you see how many monuments are not named after Tejano? Yes, you do have some, but majority of the South or here in Texas It's owned by, they're named after white men who was in the Confederacy or those who fought against Santa Anna for white supremacy in the Confederacy. So Tejanos that kissed ass and try to be slave owners with a straw picking mindset are not recognized. The white men are. Same thing with the African people who are mixed up here who did defend them are not recognized. The white men that kiss ass with cotton picking mindset are. Does it make sense why I use the term cotton picking straw? I'm talking about mindset. You can lick the boots of white supremacy all you want to, but you'll never be honored. Even you dead, they will honor the people you kiss ass to, not you. Do y'all get the idea? Do you get the idea why I do what I do? And yes, if I live in Texas, remember Texas like its own country, even we're annexed to the United States, they act like its own country. Let me explain something to you. The wealthy people who were uneducated, who were white, who made money off of oil and gas, kept their ignorance and taught their children that, and they owned the wealth. The clone families, the billionaires, they run Texas. Every politician is a puppet. Why do you think that Judge Lina Hidalgo was harassed, bullied, and she don't want to run again? She's Colombian. She's not Mexican. She's Colombian American. Okay, she lives in Colombia because she didn't have a strawberry picking mindset. I kid you not. They try to lie on her, so she was anti-black American. Said she be hanging around most accuracy people, even the ones who are coons, like Mayor Turner. And she's actually is Jamaican American. She's from New York. She's not from the United States. From Texas, excuse me. Her parents from Jamaica, but she was born in New York. But she came out here and act like she was for us. I'm telling you right now, she did. No, she wasn't. Majority of her dishes are still looking dirty. Why you think she's trying to fight over who's gonna take up the dish? Even when Mayor Turner took a dish, it's still the same. That's why I don't respect Mayor Turner or she Jackson Lee. Okay. Actually, I was homeless during Turner's. Okay. And let me say something to y'all. I don't always agree with white men wearing Whitmire, and y'all can say he's Democrat and Republican at the same time. But at least he's trying to put us house. One thing I would give Mayor Whitmire, and I'm glad that she did not win, because if she did care about the homeless, majority of her district had homeless people in it. She would have stopped that Kush mess a long time ago as a congresswoman. She didn't. I used to call She Jackson's office when I was in third ward, and guess what? My phone was hanged up. I mean, the phone call was hanged up. Excuse me. Every time I called voicemail, it would not let me leave a message. Like she had my phone number on speed dial or something. Say I would hear the voicemail, but I could not leave a message for She Jackson. What that tells you, that's why I stopped voting for her. And she's alive. You know what I'm saying? So majority of the politicians are paid by the white elite that still have a Confederate mindset. Whether they are Democrat or Republican or independent, they still paid. And they're told in tyranny to run Texas like it was back when it was stolen from Mexico during slavery. So if you're the educated one who choose not to be abused by the system like me, you choose not to work for them. Not that I'm lazy. I'm not gonna let nobody talk to me crazy, and it's not always a white person doing this. It's the cotton picking, shot picking coons that do it, who act ratchet to the point where I'm beat their ass in blood fest, okay? Because they feel entitled to treat you like shit, and I'm not gonna be treated like shit. I don't give a damn. I don't, shit. I'm just like you treat Becky and Brad like a human being. Treat me like that. Actually, all of us should be treated that way. But no, y'all like to go along with the system to get paid. And that's why the guy picking ones that got money but laugh and smile in your face, but they still got to go back to work and treat like a slave and then put on the front that they doing good. Trust me, that's true. I'm not lying. They put on the front that they are doing good. Have them brothers sisters they go and overworked with them high paying positions in Texas. They treated like shit by the white boss. Some of the white bosses are younger than their doggone kids. Same thing with Hispanic ones. But no one's not teaching accuracy in people to have their own business and be entrepreneurs. Do you know there are programs here in Houston, at University of Houston, and in downtown campus, and in the University, no, excuse me, Houston Community College for minority men, particularly those who are African and Hispanic. And I wish that I knew about those programs because I could have been fit. I went to Job Corps. If I would have known there was a program for accuracy men, Hispanic men to 18, 24, and back when I was younger, I went to that program to teach you to be your own boss. You don't have to worry about who's taking your job or that person's lazy. You don't have to worry about that. You have your own business. Okay? It's sad that the women in the community, and it goes along with Hispanic community, you understand what Hispanic people go by what goes on in their country by the man being charged. The American ones don't. I'm sorry, American lives want no they don't. That's the ones who are immigrant. Waiting couple generations, you're gonna see single parent women. Look at Los Angeles. Many of those Latino dudes come from single parent households. That's why I laugh when I see Latino dudes in the comment section talking about black men. I come from single woman household. Also, the Latino men, how many Latino men that I know that they baby, that their daddy, mama was not married? Who had, and I went to Durham Hispanic school. There was many girls, not all, was getting pregnant. It was sisters and white girls getting pregnant too, who single parents now. But it was soon as the chick that I was trying to holler at, she got pregnant by the Latino dude. She was Hispanic. And they didn't want to the girl didn't want to hook up with me, but in the Spanish she chose, and my baby daddy, he beating her, taught her crazy, and it was a chola girl I liked in high school, and she got pregnant, and the chola dude did not marry her. Chola thug, beat her, mistreat her, cheat on her. Okay, same thing with sister girl, the thug brother, the be calling the nigga that she loves so much. He beat on her and treated her. And I'm tired, called Tyrone. Okay, so same thing. You talk to a 40-year-old, you talk to no dog on Gen Z, talk to the Generation X. Okay, so I've seen it all, baby. I seen the white girls too. Becky, blonde hair, brown hair, red hair. She now live in a trailer park with her two parents brought up to the middle class because some old thug Brad. Hickory dickory thug Brad beat on her, mistreat on her, and left her with another woman. Okay. Well, Karen, I can't stand that bitch. That red, that bitch. I saw it all, baby. So you can't sit here and play the little statistical game to me, okay? Okay, but sister, when they could get a job though, they pay better than you do. While you're here working at low pay and she your boss and she act caring in front of you, okay? You can't sit here and play fool with me, okay? So ain't nobody lazy and nobody's lazy over here. But I'll be damned to be working for somebody talking me crazy. And if unless you want me, if I can't act rational, I won't lose my freedom, go and be a white man's nigga in prison. I just go to HR or go to CEO and get you fired. Okay? Because respect go both ways. I don't care what your color is, your class is, respect go both ways. Treat everybody the way you will be treated. That's a golden rule. Okay? Even Jesus said that. Okay? So it should not be based on class and color and all that other ethnicity. How people get treated should be treated with respect. Just a little bit. Okay? Like what the fucking say? Okay? So why are we having this discussion? And you say, how dare you use those terms? Because I'm talking about mindset. I'm not talking about accuracy and project. No, I'm talking about mindset. As soon as I hear they talk and behavior patterns and all that, it's enough to me say, okay, no. I had accuracy man got mad because I did not go along with his anti-Hispanic rants. I do. Some of us are Hispanic, and I said yes because Louisiana was a Spanish colony, Mobile, Alabama was owned by Spanish. Some African people there. Florida was too. Florida was too. Many of the African slaves went to Spanish Florida and became free, and they adopted Spanish last names. Some married, besides the indigenous people, they married a white Spanish there too. That it was interracial. One thing that's why I was not ashamed being Hispanic. Governor Galvez in Louisiana allowed interracial marriage. A Spaniard, yes, a Spanish governor in Louisiana allowed interracial mixes. While some of us Creoles do not have a rapist for grandpa or whatever, okay, as white. Some of us don't, okay? That's mainly the Anglo-Saxons. The white Anglo-Saxons prior to white states, they was raping people. But in Creole, Louisiana, it was okay to intermarry, okay? We was under Spanish and French control. Okay, yeah, there was still slavery going on, but you had a class of people African who were free, who were mixed, who were wealthy and actually way educated and wealthy than the white people in the rest of the South. That's why I'm not ashamed being of Creole heritage. You have African people here in Texas who would do not like to mention that they have Creole roots. Let me explain why. Because the white Anglo-Saxon slave owners, which is what I mix with white Anglo-Saxon too, the slaves, even though those were light skinned, who were not Creole, okay, who were just black and white Anglo-Saxon, in the dark ones too, they had it, but did not look racial big as we know how it go. They resented those Creoles for being free in Louisiana, okay, who didn't go along with the white supremacy. Yes, you had some sellouts who kind of caught pick myself, but not every Creole person went along with it. They were threatened by the white elite that owned slaves, okay, who was Anglo-Saxon, okay, and they did not like that because they thought that anyone that had a job of black in them should be their slave and submit to them and be in servitude of them. And many Creoles that was educated who were free was not with that mess. Okay? And you had the enslaved African people who were not Creole, both were mixed and pure, resenting them because they were not in the same situation with them. Okay, you know what I'm saying? For example, in Texas, non-Creole African people, or should I say non-Creole African people who don't know they have Creole roots are rejected as well, will pick at you for calling yourself Creole because the white Anglo-Saxon Protestants did not like us. They wanted everybody with black blood to be their slave, to be oppressed. And if you was not going along with it, they used their slaves to pick at you. This is why on this app I have African people who attacked me for claiming mixed heritage because they're complacent of white supremacy, but they feel like it's no different than Stephen Chango. I'm the Chango, they Stephen. Okay, you remember with the Chango? You remember how Stephen was upset and mad at the Chango? That's why I get this treatment. Okay? Because as some accent people feel in order to survive, you have to go on white supremacy. No, you don't. No, you don't. Stop with that. And it's because some of our elders, and not all, I'm not saying every elder, because I met an elder that was educated, and I had to remind her, an elderly woman, said, well, no, I'm not talking about you, but because you're from up north, but down south, some of our family was not educated, or they had a high school education and 2 year college, and they went along with the ignorance of society. Okay, trust me, I know some people in my family like that. Okay, they didn't go along and separate themselves and say it'll be an example to society. They went along where they felt pressure to go along with the ignorant society, therefore be persecuted within the community. I've been persecuted enough, so I don't give a damn anymore. Okay, I've been mistreated, abused. Why would I care about somebody who don't like me, not accept me? That's why you see why I call myself Afro Spick. Okay, you know what I'm saying? Had a brother call me a spick 6 years ago on, and he saw my picture and everything. So I don't lie about what I look like. And did I get offended? No. I felt enjoyed. Like, go ahead, ignorant fool, get out of my face. Okay, you see why I mind calling myself Afro Speak? I mind everything about ignorant people acting in because they're the one who will help the slave owner while they whine about the slave owner mistreating their ass. They will help the slave owner in your downfall. Okay, I'm just telling you the truth. Okay, because they feel in order to survive, they have to be the white man's nigga. Y'all get my point? And sadly, I see so many brothers today. That's why I don't get offended when some of the vessels mention that, because I've been picked on by fake brothers for not being the nigga. Okay, not cooning, not buffooning, not being what the white supremacists want me to be. Okay, and sister girls, I'm gonna tell some of y'all promoted that back in the 2000s. Because I never gave you was not that brother that called some nigga acting stupid. They didn't want you, but now the dust got in your face, and now you call him dust. That's some of y'all fault. The brother was educated, who was not being a nigga. You should have chose that, but you chose the ignorant ones. And trust me, I don't get along with these old fake brothers of any shade. Because they mindset they want you the idea. Because like I said, Stephen changed the factor. Stephen was the white man's nigga, right? And the white man's nigga was safe in his eyes, okay? And he saw the Chango as a threat, and he was mad at the Chango. He was even trying to sell. So you see, do y'all get my point? The movie with Bruce is a false story. It is. Go look it up. It's a false story. Alex Haley did lie. He had to sue the white man. He plagiarized that book about the African and sued him. That's why Bruce get played every time on Black History Month, because it goes to a white family that Alex Haley plagiarized. He mixed his story with his family history. We were very wrong. Okay. When Kunta Kinte came out of the ship, it wasn't just the white man that he had to deal with. He had to deal with that nigga. Answer the N word. Who? Fiddler. And Fiddler told Kunta Kinte, as long as Massa give me liquor, long I'm good. When Kunta Kinte took the chains off before his foot got cut off, who beat Fiddler? I mean, who beat Kunta Kinte? Fiddler, the white man's nigga. Okay, I'm telling you, some of your brothers, be careful of that old fake ass brother. The jive talking, slick talking. You think the white man's bad? Forget that. Don't forget that crazy ass nigga that is a slave. That's why when I hit the streets, I start using the N word. Because I got tired being Lauren Fishburne in that movie School Days telling them crazy brothers that you not niggas. But once again, you can't make a horse drink water. So you have a choice. You chose not to be a nigga and let them be niggas. My homegirl told me when I was a Kenny Holmes. And I never get what time my Barack Obama winning, right? And we didn't I would go vote. And in the hood, Kenny Holmes, you damn right, there were some brothers who was and sisters who didn't vote. And I said, oh my God, because Mitt Romney might come in and make us slave. That was a little joke. She said, you know what? If they want to be white, want to be the niggas, let them be the niggas, the plantation niggas. And she's right about that. My homegirl was right. She said that let them be the plantation, and they want to be treated like let them be treated like plantation. And I'm glad she told me that when I was in Cuny Homes, because I swear I saw it horrified me. You know, and we go to the hood, especially in the south, about up north, you see that mindset. And that's the brother gonna try to tell you, or the sister gonna tell you, so elder not to get educated, not to go above, because they want you to lower part, and then they don't want to set you up. When you leave the room, they talk about you. That's why I laugh about y'all talking about white men and racism. When y'all talk about white people being bad, I laugh because you got those of color in our African in our community who do the same thing, but they get away with it because they have black DNA. They be light skinned, they be dark, they be brown, it don't matter. They be have kinky hair straight. They get away because they classify as black, okay, or classify themselves as black. And when I was at Kenny House, I had so much backstabbing. I was shocked. Some of the elders I talked to, okay, I'm gonna say I'm sorry, I'm gonna mention her name. She done did a big booty Judy, her too. Backstab me, try to lie to police when she did dirt. See what I'm saying? Talking about white people do it. Well, I'm gonna leave the other lady. She got her leg got cut off, but she backstabbed me. She 4 years older than my dad, look older. And they told me, they said, when you leave the room, she talking about you, calling you out. I said, what? I expect kids do that. I expect young, dumb people my age that. This only be someone's grandma. They talk about me like that. But then while we had conversations, she telling me, I said, I'm gonna get section 8. I'm gonna move out the ghetto. Oh, don't do that, don't do that, don't do that. Stay here. No, I don't want to stay in the hood. What's up with you? Like I'm here thinking you should be telling me to move on up. But I see why, because she was backstabbing. She was old lady. I was from two hood red sisters fighting. I'm getting ready to go work at Mason's. This old heifer out here watching the fight, smiling. But she's sick, got diabetes. I kid you not. I said, really? I saw some elders smoking weed. Then I said, no wonder the kids acting a fool. Look how they acting. Can't blame the kids. Can't blame the grandkids. Why they cussing? Well, they made me get your ass up here. I beat your ass. You gotta whoop your kids because they won't go to jail. But she got a record. So my question is, if you whoop your kids and twisting the Bible, I know that trick too. Um, why I don't have a record and I don't real whooping, but you have a record and your kids got a record when they get grown. Why they in and out of school? Why they fighting in school if they getting whooped at home? And why you cussing out? You ain't gonna be nothing. The mindset you tell your kid you ain't gonna be nothing, and that child internalize that and become the next thug and hood rat. Y'all see, I'm talking about mindset. Y'all ain't talking about the outside appearance. Forget the appearance. I'm talking about mindset. Cause my question is, you say you being whooped and spanked and they did you good, but you got records. I don't have a record. Your child you beat up and mistreated. He or she got a record. They fighting juvenile. I'm against that type of mechanism, but I don't have a record. But y'all got a record. What you talking about? Make that make sense. I'm talking about mindset. Y'all keep talking about the outside appearance. I ain't talking about. I'm talking about mindset. When I say car picker talk, I'm talking about mindset. And I know once dark skinned brother, cool brother from up north, came down south. He said, I don't know why you homeless. I said, dude, we in Texas. It's a slave state, even though it's no longer slavery. They find ways to cause it. The white thing to get exonerated down here. Oh yes, exonerated. You know we have corrupt lawyers, corrupt prosecutors. Look at what happened to Tony Earls. He didn't kill that Mexican girl intentionally. You know he didn't. He was trying to shoot at that nigga that robbed him. But you got them two star picking people. I felt sorry for the little girl dying, but I ain't feel sorry for the parents. They don't get their wake a call too. ICE, you know, ICE in the southeast area, where they at? I better not see. Oh, ICE picking on me. No, you play the star picking little kids. Nobody don't care about your ass. You from Mexico. Don't care about you. Got Spanish and black. And you don't care about your ass. I know my white. Let me say this. I might not look like a white boy, but I'm mixed with it. Okay. And I did my research, my ancestry, and I read their culture. I examine white supremacy. It's in my bloodline. While I actually people scared because I'm particularly being a nigga, okay? And do you see me saying I want to move next to white supremacy with them nice houses? Hell no. When it, go back to my story about the McKean, Texas incident at the pool party that happened 10 years ago. And I said this, I'm for integration, but I would not integrate in the area of McKean, Texas. I can tell those are white racist rednecks that got money. I don't want to live next to their ass. Hell no. I gotta get bombs, I gotta get guns, I got hell no. I want to live next to people that are respectful. You have accuracy people, as soon as they get a high paying position, go move the K to Texas. It's a lot of white supremacists there. There's three counties. You got Fort Bend, you got Harris, and you got Water County. Water County is where the race Latino do they beat up and mistreat Sandra Bland. He's from there. Okay, and it's not one county like Houston. And many of them cops are redneck, racist redneck, and they have those kind of got cop picking and sharp picking folks who act just like them. Oh, I want me a black and Hispanic cop, man. That old damn nigga or that sharp picking gonna be just like that white supremacist. Oh, that's why I never. I want to become a police officer, but no, no, I wouldn't do it because my conscience is not that. No, I'm not perfect. I'm a sinner. But my conscience, if I've been abused, why would I want to put someone else in there? The only time I say someone be abused is the ones who feel that abuse is okay, who justify, okay? Those who infiltrated in, you know what I'm saying? Like when I hear about I can see people, Hispanic people getting mistreated in the police force. If I see some cop picking, shopping mindset cops like that, and white people calling you all type of niggas and whatever, you deserve to get. You get your wake up call. You acting just like your oppressor and making excuses. I want to hear. You chose that profession. If I chose not to be in that profession, okay? Heck no. Well, it's the system. You chose to be part of the system. It's your fault. They ain't put a gun in your head. Shoes. I don't want to hear about no white supremacist cousins of mine calling you all type of wetbacks and niggas. You chose to be with them and act just like them. You getting your nigga wake up. You deserve it. Shit. I don't feel sorry for y'all over here hurting people because you want us to kiss your ass and you want to then repeat the same thing you doing. If I don't forgive nobody because of course you forgive and let go, but their mindset to forgive is to go back to the situation and overlook their action, and then it happened again. No, baby, I ain't no puncher bag. So that's why. But we are. So do you have saying people? As soon as they get them high paying position in Hispanic, they go move next on racist, redneck, Becky and Brad. Knowing they behind closed doors calling you all type of niggas and wetbacks and telling you should go back in slavery, go back to Mexico, but all this stuff. They got Klan Confederate flags in their closet in the clean outfit in a Nazi. You want to live next door to them because they got money. There are white people in this society that's not racist. You why not go move them? You want to integrate? You gonna move next to the racist white supremacists? And I said it back in go to my video. So I got my YouTube channel back. Welcome to McKean, Texas. And I said, I'm for integration. I would not want to live in McKean, Texas. I wouldn't. And you know why? Because when I did my white ancestry, or when I was learning about my mixed heritage, I had to learn the mindset of white supremacists. What to look out for. You know how many times I worked in security jobs or other jobs, and dumb people have me acting Hispanic would not examine a person. So I can tell white supremacists identify with mine. I don't look white, but it's in my bloodline. And when you live your truth, you see a lot of truth. I can tell that white supremacists based on their talking points. Okay? They behavior patterns. That's what I look at. I don't look at skin color, I look at behavior patterns, talking points, how they feel about certain situations. You question and examine that person. You go on their social media. Oh yes, I go on when I work. I go Google your social media show do, and you got the 13th star flag, the best Ross flag. We know what that means. You don't like, and I don't like Barack Obama based on what he did, some things that I voted for him, and I regret some of my vote. But you didn't like the fact it wasn't because of what he was doing. You don't like the fact he was part black being the president. You know what I'm saying? I question that Michelle Obama is a man, not because I don't want to see a sister being president. No, because the sex trafficking with Annie Carter, that's why you got Celeste in that situation, okay? And all that going on and Illuminati, because remember, when I spoke to R. Kelly, some goon came to the hood and put voodoo on me. Do you see why I'm not starstruck by Beyonce? And you see me get happy by Beyonce, I like the old Beyonce, not this new Beyonce. Okay? Because since they put in witchcraft and got and got goons and I got a stalker that's connected to Christo, do you see why I'm all listening to Zachary King, the former Satan Witch, I can know what I'm talking about? That's why I'm looking at Michelle Obama, was she a man or woman, because of Barack Obama's allegation of being connected to that satanic mess, not because he part black. Michelle Obama ain't no full blown black person either. If she's a woman, I don't know, but she has what mixed hairs too. Okay, so I'm looking at their association with Illuminati because that stuff is real. The Illuminati is real. I thought it wasn't. No, after that R. Kelly situation, they put their boots and made me homeless. Whoop, baby, them satanic baby. We are in spiritual warfare. That's what I'm looking at. But your narrative, if you don't like a person accuracy being present, then I know you're racist. I'm going by based on what I'm hearing and I see a connection and see some patterns going on. You're going based on some racism. I'm not with that. Oh, you vote for Trump. Well, let's explain it too. Why I vote for Trump? I'm in a Republican state, right? In this Democrat city. Before Whitmire became the mayor, we had dark skin Mayor Turner, darker than me. And when I hit rock bottom, why do you see so many brothers on the street? But we got a dark skinned man who's the mayor. They look like a pure African. Of course, he got indigenous and white blood too, for a grown black person, but he looked pure black, right? Why he know, oh, my brothers, let me help you out and get you out of the home. No, he's sitting there, doggone, when he was alive, sitting there at City Hall, smiling, and we suffering. And when I saw that, I said, I'll be damned. And it wasn't a full blown white man that put me out. It was a brother who camera skin like me, kinky hair like me, Judge Jeremy Brown, who put me out, and he was a Democrat. And he didn't say, "Oh, I gotta go by the system and get you out," but hold on, let me try to help you get you out of your situation. That's a brother. No, if I got a car, I got a nice suit, nigga, deal with it. That's what I got. I was okay. Well, if you're gonna put me in that situation, we'll put this orange man back in office. To mind you, same thing, and I'm part Hispanic too. I hit the street, and it's not all Hispanic. There's some good Hispanics here, but it has Deborah. It wasn't just Deborah. I got a lot of stories about those who act like Deborah, laughing at my situation, looking down, up and down. And it's funny. You had an immigrant one, baby. You just barely come in this country. Did I look down, up at you at the border? Some of y'all didn't come here illegally, and you over here acting like my white racist cousins, and I'm looking at you like stupid. You Spanish, Afro Mexican nigga. You ain't no better than me. You may not look like me, but you just over here kissing ass. And lucky, do we have to put a white supremacist officer remind you that? Well, you going to play because I play two sides of the coin too, because it's about survival. I don't like Trump. I know Trump racist. Do you think I'm gonna sit here and put on Trump hat? I thought about doing it just to mock and make your ass get upset. But you think I'm gonna sit next to Trump? No, no. I know Trump is racist, but don't you dare put me out on the street and make sure I don't have the resources. The me going to Starbucks and using my computer was to make money, not beg no money. Make my own money. Try to find what skill I can use, especially my singers, because try to find techniques to get a crowd. Why do you think I was doing YouTube videos when I was on the street? Why do you think I was still doing podcasts? I'm not just doing it for free. I know people get paid for that. Here you are trying to close down any opportunity. And that's why I get so vengeful with some people of color, both African and Hispanic. You helping the white supremacists trying to make sure I have no resources to get out my situation. I'm not trying to be like the nigga on the street on dope and kush acting stupid. We trying to lie to the police department, bitch. I'm like, look at Deborah. I said, baby, I can get the FBI and your ass be locked up. See, no, the nigga, the brother, fake brother, ain't gonna do that because he think it's okay to be oppressed. I don't have that mindset. Keyword mindset. I don't have that mindset. I don't share it. I don't want to share it. Okay? And mind you, when I told people out there, but you had some niggas that wouldn't help me out. Show would. See what I'm saying? See, I don't believe us come together. They part of the system being oppressed. So if you're going to mistreat me, lie to law, like a Karen, okay, well, we got to put the white man in charge of remind you who you are. We got to do it. Just don't do it. You don't have to worry about me doing it. And it was not just that, too. Hold up. We have a snake, Kamala Harris, who is a immigrant child. Her dad's from Jamaica and her mom's from India, both countries of color. She's in California, put African people and Hispanic people who are innocent or have small dose of weed or whatever in prison. I supposed to vote for that bitch. She worse than Trump because she's of color doing this mess. I will vote for Kamala because she part black. I don't give a damn. She's a pure black. She putting people of color who are innocent or who had small sins in prison system. What? No, I'm not voting. She worse than Trump because she of color. She supposed to be against the system. So I play chess, not checkers. I figure this, okay, if I gotta be in this situation and I can't get out every time I try to go and hit him a closed door and it's a person of color doing the situation, okay, we'll put that man back in office and mind you who will stop putting me. I don't give a damn about other. Please stop comparing people who stupid other system who chose to go along and be abused. I don't have keywords again. I do not have that mindset and do not report it. I don't give a damn about and don't try to use religion. If I'm not living godly, let God fix me, okay? Because you try to say, well, Jesus suffered. I don't care. If I'm not acting like him, let him come talk to me. I don't need your human ass is sinning and trying to do sin to me and sweet and be sweet slick with it, trying to fool me. Okay? So that's the reason why. Of course, I don't like this man, what he doing. But while they shut the food stamps down, what do you think I'm doing? I'm praying to make my own business. So I don't have to get food stamps. I'm praying to have my own and manifest in reality and change my mindset to be wealthy. So I can have children. That's why I don't have kids. Because my dad did not take care of me. My mama, thank God, did not take care of me. Okay. My grandparents took care of me. And I said I do not want my abusive parents to take care of my children. That's why you didn't see me sleeping my dick. Okay. And if I did sleep my dick, had a rubber or something. But I'm mostly abstinent, okay? Because, I was trying to live religiously, okay? But to sit here, I'm not going to be like these old owing child support ass niggas slinging my dick to prove how man I am to another nigga, making babies and not taking care of it. That's not gonna be me. Hell to no. I'm not gonna be no hell no. If I want to make babies, they gonna get married to a woman who gave my children, gave me my children. Okay, who carried my child. Okay, so you see why my mindset different. But if you keep putting me in out of my house, and like Judge Garcia did, you keep trying to deny me resources. If I'm in a Starbucks with free Wi-Fi, the white people so I can come there and hear your ass a cuz trying to stop me. I'm trying to make my own money. I'm not begging nobody. Remember, I grew up middle class, baby. I didn't grow up poor class. I'm not gonna be begging no asshole for no money. I have sell products, give service, give content that people like, and so they can pay me because I'm giving them service by doing that. Okay? They enjoy my content. They enjoy stuff I'm selling. That's what I do. I'm not here trying to kill. Look, if you don't want to give me shit, get out my face. That's how I am. Okay? You don't want to give me, don't have to get out my face. I'm not gonna ask for a wall to move. You know what I'm saying? So that's what pissed me off about the crazy bitch Deborah. And she was liberal, supposedly. And when I saw my sin, I read her. That's what got her scared. People get scared when you read somebody, the truth of them. They don't want no one because they put on a mask. They try to get rid of you and lie because they really that person. Instead of the everything that I said make me look stupid, go against everything I said and make me look stupid. Go ahead and read me and say I said something wrong. So many times people lie on me, I read what they say and show how they lying and tell it on me because you're surely being truthful. So you see what I'm saying? No. It hurts my heart to see people of color being abused by the system. But I've been abused by the system and it wasn't willfully. And I did look for resources to pay the rent. I did. I did reach out to different organizations. It was a closed door situation. And let me tell you something. We had so-called brothers and sisters and so-called Latino brothers and sisters doing this mess. It wasn't always the white one. I already know white racist people here in Texas in their mindsets. Why I read and read and I found out I had white parents. I said, hold on, this is part of me. I don't look like a white man, but at least I know I'm dealing with what I'm dealing with. Because some of these African people don't do that. They don't go examine their right roots. They see, oh, it's a slave master and my parents should break my you better read that so you know what you're dealing with. You better know. She better know. And I know what I'm doing when I see white skin and then talking points and they try to come at me with a face and a mask. I don't look like them, but I'm related to them. Actually, all of us are. And I'm knowing what I'm dealing with. I'm not, if I see a blonde chick just because she's fine, if she thinking like a damn racist ass Becky Karen, I'm not messing with her. Because I know my white cousins. I know how racist they are. You don't see me on social media looking for white cousins racist. And actually, here truth be told, I have a dark skinned cousin who's also mixed with the Creole, French Spanish Creole, and Irish and English. On this is on my second grandfather, Gilly side, okay? Because Gilly did have my great grandfather, my second grandfather, who's my great grandfather's dad. He did go outside his marriage and made my great grandfather red, right? And I know when my great grandpa red died, so I was 21. So anyway, so I was talking to my dark skinned cousin in 2016, and he told me he married a Hispanic woman, he's married to a Puerto Rican woman. I saw on Facebook. He lives in Florida. He's a military. He sit there and said, I was trying to reach out to white cousins and they want to talk to me. And I told, I said, I live in the hood. I said, I'm dealing with these old thugs here. Last time he did with some white racist thugs too, who related to me. Come to my, you know what I'm saying? The only cousins that are white that I will talk to who are not racist. Those who are racist, they got a clan mentality. They have Confederate flags. They got burning crosses. They got souvenir people acting sin. See, you got to know your history. They have Nazi signs. I don't want their ass in my face. I already got to deal with people acting sin. One job, black blood, who in my immediate family give me hell. I'm gonna deal with somebody who gonna give me hell at long distance. See, I don't have no discernment. I don't like to deal with toxic ass people. I don't. I don't like dealing with toxic ass people. Y'all like to deal with toxic because y'all toxic your own damn self. I'm not toxic. Now I will be toxic. It will be not be pretty. But you like to deal with toxic ass people and confined to it. I don't. No matter what their race is. Okay? So I told my dog skin long distance cousin. I said, I'm not asking these folks for no to go see them. The white cousin who's on answer.com. I told him, I said, I'm not gonna know. If the white cousins want to talk to me, they can come to me and talk to me. But they want to stand on my face while I go talking. And his brother darker than me. He's my longest cousin. Okay. And he lives in Florida. And I mean, his last name is Collins. That's my maternal grandmother's maiden name. Okay. And like I say, I'm not gonna go in there and talk to the white cousins who want to talk. Hell no, fuck them. I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to talk to they bitch ass either, racist ass motherfuckers. Shit. Y'all like to kiss ass to anybody that talks like y'all people on social talking about pick me shirts and pick Tyrone's. Talking about these sisters, them bitches on the vests, they say, well, they don't like me. Fuck them. I don't like them damn Aunt your mama ass sisters either. Y'all love toxic people. I don't. I don't like toxic ass people. Keep that toxic inch away from me. I'm a loner. And yes, I am a loner, and I have no problem being a loner. It's peaceful being a loner. I'd rather be alone than deal with toxic dumbass. I learned that a long time ago when I was getting abused by my family. I don't want to deal with no toxic dumbass people. Now, what they racing is to get their stupid behind away from me. Okay? You know what I'm saying? For real. That's why I prefer to work for myself. Even at a job, you trying to work and kiss, and not kiss ass, but get along, right? And here's somebody at a job trying to sabotage you for working there. And here come your rent gone, your liabilities down, you back on the street. Do you see why I prefer to work for myself? Because I want to own my own destiny. I'm not lazy. I don't just deal with bullshit. Y'all like to deal with bullshit. Now I don't have time for that. As I said, with toxic ass cousin. Look, my mama was toxic. When she died, did I cry? I didn't know she died. Did I cry? Hell no. My grandma gave me hell. She was toxic on my dad's side. Did I cry? Hell no. So I'm not begging for no toxic ass people. Even if you don't look like me, they were long distance related to me, don't come to me. Now those who are not racist, not toxic, that's my white cousins, they can talk to me if they want to. But ones who are racist, keep their Confederate Klan Nazi ass away from me. All I got did was people of one drop black blood in my media family who gave me hell. What the hell am I gonna deal with someone else? Y'all love toxic people. I don't. Okay? It's peaceful when you by yourself. Dealing with toxic dumbass people, stress your ass out. You get out of character, get ignorant just like them. I don't want to go through life like that. Okay? I ain't got time for toxic ass people. It's it. I see one red flag, you gone. I ain't gonna say it with you. Why you don't hang out? Because I don't want to get toxic energy. When I stress my ass, I see my dad, grandfather diabetic, and because he worried about other folks. I ain't gonna be like him. Okay, you see why I don't mind, being around. I remember us, I mean, my cousins on his side of the family. You know, he's dark skinned Creole. You see, he has Creole roots on the family. He didn't call himself, he had dark skinned parents from Louisiana, from Cottonport, Alexandra. And he warned me about them toxic people, especially ones who claim to be religious, who ain't all religious, just a bunch of hypocrites. As soon as met some of these people on my paternal grandfather's side, I see why my grandfather didn't want to go to the family reunion. And I don't blame him. I ain't got time for toxic ass cousins. I don't blame him. We both Leos. He deceased. I don't want to deal with it. You can deal with toxic ass people. You can sit here and pray for them. They're not gonna change for you. They have to change for God. You can sit and waste your energy and time. I ain't got no time for that. Bounce. Okay. So you see why I say those terms? Don't get offended when you fit the narrative, because I hit the all holler, don't it? You call me cotton picking, strawberry pick. You acting like a dumb person of color who's part of the system. That's why I call it that. Not because you based on your look, your accuracy or Hispanic. It's based on your mentality. And you want me to accept it and seal it to time. Hell to no. Hell to no. I'm not racist toward Hispanic people. I'm part Hispanic. Down my family tree, I accept my father. His dick let my mama, my grandmama, my great grandfather, and his daddy and his mom. Okay, so I don't have no problem having a drop of Spanish ancestry. But I'll be damned, there was some strong pictures. I do with accuracy who caught picking. Because you stupidly are part of a white supremacist mindset. You're going on with it and somehow think because you get some cred by the oppressor that you're doing some good. For example, we use Deborah, the Spanish woman, and her nigga, okay? The Bert Smith. What I heard through the grapevine is that the corporations closed her store and they got rid of the nigga and put a spam man. They get rid of him. I don't know if he got fired, but their position here at that store, his name is Jose. They put that Latino man. That nigga, I bet he said, "Oh, no, it's bad." No, nigga, you defended a Spanish woman that was very racist towards me. So you got your nigga wake up. That's good. I'm glad. Don't come at me knocking at my door trying to bomb with your ass. You got what you fucking deserve. You see the same energy on, and both y'all was caught picking up on my third grandmother, who black Spanish girl, Grandma Anna Riles, but her parents was Real before they changed the last name. Okay. So they were Olmsted Real, that's the black Spanish Creole for grandfather. Okay, last year, back in the last week of February, on that Monday, that was my third grandmother. That's Grandpa Red, my grandfather, Grandpa Red's paternal grandmother, Anna's birthday. 140 years old if she was alive. Okay? Both of you cotton picking, strawberry picking, stupid asses mistreat me at a white establishment. It's weird. Yo, you kissed the so Spanish woman. Here y'all little coons. I know this bitch racist. Okay, y'all smiling in front of her face, and she acting like she's your friend. No, she a strawberry picking bitch. She a New Martinez. And since I'm that Afro spick who don't play that shit, that's why she ain't like me. Here your ass, her boss. You 2 shades darker than me. Of course, you're not dark chocolate, but you 2 shades darker than me. You're not that. You're not no West Side complexion. You sit there and say, "Whoa!" Out of character, acting like a nigga on the street, all dressed up in business casual clothes. I'm like, we not in the hood. You ain't got. Yeah, and look what's funny. They pick a spam man to take that damn store, and you don't got that store no more. Mm. And the corporation headquarters closed that store at Starbucks. It's now closed. It was running good. We had a white man running who would let me in the store. Sure was. Both y'all got your cotton picker, try to pick a nigga wake up. Both y'all did. They closed the damn store. So I bet she don't have no damn job. They gonna put another store. They probably tell her. The white folks probably see how about to tell her ass, hey, you act the fool at this store we closed. You bet not act the fool will fire you now. Okay? You asked the managers that was under her. They didn't have no, she didn't have a problem with me. Especially my two homegirls, like white girls. They Creole. They had no problem. We were all friends. But when Deborah came there, she was the devil. I swear to God. And when Danielle tried to, let her get away with stuff, don't forget. And then, but you see, both the car pick and shot pick lost the game. And I bet not hear Mr. Burt Smith talking about, oh, a Latino took my job. No, you defend a racist Latino, you stupid ass nigga. You sure did. You ain't my damn brother. Get away from me. I don't give a fuck. White folks fire your ass. Don't come like I'm my daughter, my brother. You ain't no damn brother to me. Get your ass away from me. You ain't my damn fucking ass brother. Fuck you. You deserve what the fuck you get. Shit. I told y'all, I'm like, hey, no. The way you acted and treated me on that day, let this old bitch talk to me crazy and do me rude. Okay, well, you got your nigga wake up. They put a spam man in your position. You don't got that job. You don't got that start on more nigga. Fuck you. Shit. And I'm glad they did put a spam man on your ass. Hope he not like Deborah. Okay? Don't come knocking on talking about brother. No, I'm not your brother. Was Cain a good brother to Abel in the Bible? Let me say it again. Was Cain a good brother to Abel? He killed him, right? His own brother. You not my brother. Get out my face. She was going to go shade them little plantation tears someplace else. I don't want to hear that bullshit. And Deborah, you got your nigga wake up, especially in Trump America. They close. You got your nigga wake up. You got you part nigga too, baby. Just saying, and you got Afro American blood in your flowing in your may don't look like a black person, but a black person in Mexico. It was going in Mexico. Okay, it was Nueva España. In that caste system made your ass when they started messing with them indigenous Spain people. That's why you here. Remember, I go by your roots. That's why if they want to be nasty, if the dick and pussy contribute your ass up here, birds and bees, you still a product of that person that contribute. I don't care what society see your ass. So you got your nigga wake up. They close your store down. I bet them white folks down there in Seattle are mad at your ass. They close it down. They had to close, so I left. You can't blame me for it. I left. So I can't come back no more. And I ain't came back. But they closed that damn store. Does it feel in Trump America? They saw how your Nancy and I ain't lie. You lie, and lies don't get you nowhere, baby. Okay. And I am that Afro spick who don't take that shit. Okay. You damn right I am, and I'm glad I am an Afro spick who don't take that shit. Okay. So you can't tell me I'm bad, but I am part Hispanic from this side of the border. I ain't ashamed of it either. I'm not ashamed of my fucking grandpa. I don't care. His penis contributed me here. Made my third grandmother, made her son my second grandfather, made my great grandpa red, made my grandmother on my mom's side, and made my mama. So therefore, ain't no lie up in here. Yo soy parte hispana también. I'm part Hispanic as well, baby. And you thought that I was some dumbass nigga that was scared at you. Baby, I fought for my rights and look what happened. They closed that damn store. It's closed. The corporation took over and said we're closing that store. So all that cotton picking and stuff, I'm talking about you and your nigga. Well, he my damn brother. Hell to no, I don't call him no. When you act like a fucking enemy, ain't no damn brother of mine. Okay? I don't give a fuck about your bitch ass. Go here and whine and have a little cockfight out a slave plantation tears. That's right. You deserve what you get. Both y'all. You get what you deserve. Okay? And as the Afro spec, who don't take you, I'm continuing to use the word cotton picking and sharp because that's what I see when I see your mindset is so distorted to a point it's pitiful, and I ain't got no time to pity for you. Okay? Just don't leave me alone. How about this? Don't want me to call your ass out, leave me alone, stop interfering what I'm trying to do. Because the whole purpose of going to those places with Wi-Fi was to get some help, use my computer, get resources, do my content creator, try to make some money from that. Got to survive somewhere. You know I ain't begging nobody for no damn money, cause I ain't too proud of beg like TLC. Ain't too. I ain't begging no asshole for no money. Shit, I know I'm cussing. Boo, I beg God for money. That's how I pray. I ask Him to give me money. That's how I survive on the street. Okay, I ain't still in D. I ain't done that. One thing, last time I'm gonna go on the street and the next thing be a white man's nigga locked up. Why would I do that? Why would I do that? That's stupid. This is slave state too. Slavery is a plantation prison. Come on, 13 Amendment for a criminal act. So I'm gonna say it like it is. That's why I go by the mindset of a person. I'm not talking about your outside appearance. I'm talking about your mindset. And your mindset reflect who you are. And when I say them terms, ain't nothing offensive because the origin of the cotton picking mindset came from the white supremacy to keep you where you at. And if you're not too smart to learn that, that's not my fault. It's my dark skinned brother, a Creole brother, a real diggy. With these daddies from Lake Charles. The boss is a Creole last name. What do you say? No more talk.